Good morning, children. Today you are going to learn a new chapter, lesson number 14, that is heat. Now, children, how can we define heat? Heat actually, it is the form of energy. Okay, it is the form of energy traveling from one object to another. From one object to another object. Another object due to the temperature difference. Okay, due to temperature difference. Understood? What is heat? Heat is the form of energy traveling from one object to another object due to the temperature difference. Now, for example, if we heat water or if we boil water in a kettle, what happens, children? See, for example, here, this is the kettle, okay? It is the kettle, right? So, this kettle here, you take water and here you can see the spout, okay? Here the spout, right? And you can hold this by this one, carry by this. This is the kettle, okay? So, if you boil this water in the kettle, and what happens, after a bit, but that time you should close the lid. This is the lid, okay? It is the kettle and here it is the lid, okay? That time the steam comes, right? When the water boils, when it reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it started to boil. That time the steam comes out. Then here already the lid closed, so the steam cannot move up. But here there is an opening, okay? This is what? This is the spout, okay? Spout of the kettle. And that time what happens? This pressure, steam moves towards this opening and it comes out, okay? And if we try to force this with force to close this by a cork, that time what happens? It try to that cork, it try to propel out. That means try to move out with the force of the steam, okay? That is because of the heat, okay? Heat produced by the steam. Understood? In the same way, you can hear when in the pressure cooker, instead in the place of kettle, if you are boiling the things or cooking the things in the pressure cooker, that time also we are closing the lid, right? So when it boils, that time the steam produces inside cannot move anywhere else. Because of that heat only, the things whatever keep inside will be cooked, right? So that force, then the steam produces over there comes, try to propel out. So with that what happens? That it sound a whistle along with that. So that steam also from the nozzle it comes out, along with that it whistle the sound, it sound the whistle also. By that we will come to that how many whistles came to. So now we have to stop the food item whatever it is. Understood? That is also because of the heat only produced by the steam. Now if then what are the applications? Okay. Now see, so many uses are there for the this heat, okay? Applications of heat. Daily number of uses are there with the heat. It first one, it is used to melt the things, okay? To melt the things, and then we can cook the food, okay? Cook the food item because of the heat only. And then we can dry the things, okay? Dry the laundry. It means or the clothes by the heat only. Then in the what else, other else you can see, fire the things, okay? Burn the things for burning, that also need the heat. And then if you are saying another things in the for the electricity also, right? Electric bulb, switch on the electric bulb, there also you need the heat. And now in the industries, if you are saying in the industries, there to actually to melt the things, melt the metals, or to give the shape to the metals, or if you wanted to join the metals, for that also you need the heat, right? And then what you can say, then preparing the glass, for preparing the glass, or you can say the joining the things, the metals from one metal to another metal join, that time also, if that, for example, if iron things, the iron smith, right, he used to heat the iron things, that time it what happens, it expand, right, expand. And even in the bicycle or in the wheels, that also to put inside. And even the cart, bullock cart, there also the wheel, wooden things, inside there is the rim, right, that also to make it heat it, that time it expand, so it increases its size, then can put inside. Afterwards this metal, the iron metals, when it cools, that time it contract means that time it shrink it, so it then fit into the wooden wheel, right? In the same way he can apply in other things also, right, joining the things. And then if we are saying about the burning the fuels, okay, burning fuels, like for example coal or wood, that also. And even in that fuel, because of that it helps to move the aeroplane or the rocket, or the ship, for that also that fuel required, right? So for that we are just that fuel, thermal. And even you can say about in the thermal, okay, thermal plant, there thermal means in the heat only, right? It is not a separate plant, it is actually an you can say the industries or factories, that only. So because of that heat, what are the things working under that? And even that turbines, that wheel, now that water wheel, that also produces, because of this, when we apply for give the heat, that time only the turbines started to move. Or if we are giving the electricity, right, electricity, that time also it produces the heat, because of that the wings started to move and the blades moves, and then in force, because of that force it produces the electricity, understood? That is here. And then to produces the, to run the generator, because of the electricity, when the electricity goes also, we used to run the generator, right, then we can run the machines, that is also because of the thermal power applications only. Okay, now if I talk about the so that means number of uses are there for the with the heat. Now I am explaining about the sources of the heat. Okay, what are the sources? Sources means, children, whatever the things, okay, whatever the things which produces heat, that is the source of the heat. Okay, from any of the place, any of the thing, it produces the heat, then that will be the source of the heat. So mainly here, if I explain, 6 sources are there. Okay, how many? 6 sources. First one, the sun. The sun, it is the actually the main source. Okay, it is the major source, okay, major, or you can say main source of heat. It produces the solar energy, right? So this sun helps to that means from the sun only it produces the heat, and the from one sun the whole world get heat, okay, that is, and light also, that is because of the sun. So sun is the major source of heat. And then from the earth, okay, how it is earth actually in the inner side of the earth, that also produces heat. How? The volcanoes are present in the inner side, middle layer of the earth, right, mantle. So there that hot lava is there, right, and then it when it sometimes due to the pressure that earth produces, the volcanoes comes out, that all time also it produces the heat, right. That volcanoes, the force of heat of the volcanoes also help it to produce the electricity, understood. And then now the third one, if you are saying, you can say the fuels, okay, the fuels like coal or wood, that also produces the heat, okay. And now if you are saying about the fourth one, what you can say, the nuclear energy, okay, from the nuclear energy, how it is, children? Actually by the nucleus of the atoms, okay, in the atomic energy only it is producing the mixing of the, sometimes the fusion or fission of the nucleus of the atoms, that also produces the energy. So we are making this atom bomb, right, atom bomb, hydrogen bomb, that actually when it explode, that time when either by fusion or by fission, both the times it produces heat, okay. So that is by the nuclear energy. Now the fifth one, that is, you can say that friction, okay, frictional force. Friction means what it is, children? Friction means it is actually when two objects are in contact with each other, that time there is a that means the force produces, that is the frictional force. In that time the heat also produces, okay. This frictional force only help us to walk on the floor without slipping, okay. There is a contact between our foot and the ground. So not only that, whatever the things, if you are the moving things, if you are trying to stop it, that is because of the frictional force only it stops, okay. For example, if I this my two hands, right, so this is the palm of the hand. If I rub my palm, you all can do it now also, right, by listening this also you can do this. When you rub it fast, what happens, you feel yourself the heat produces from this, and keep it on your cheeks, you can feel the heat, right. That is what it is, frictional force, okay. And now the next one is the sixth one, that is the electricity, okay. By the electricity is also the source of force, okay. When we run the electricity, see, if you are switch on the bulb, okay, switch on the bulb, that time it lights, right. Then when can you touch that bulb when it is switch on? If you touch it, then you may feel hot on the your palm, right. That is that means when we the electricity run, that time it produces the heat, okay. So if you see when during the winter season also we are using this electricity, room heaters, right, for giving warmth to the room, that is of the electricity, right. So understood, these are the, that means the main sources of the heat. Now today up to this much only. So read the chapter very well, children. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.